Have you ever noticed how some people can hurt you deeply, and yet you still can't fully hate them? You replay what they said, what they did, what they didn't do, and instead of anger, something else shows up, understanding. You tell yourself they were struggling, they didn't know better, they were hurt too, and slowly your pain starts feeling invalid. According to psychology, one of the clearest signs of advanced emotional intelligence is not the ability to love deeply, but the inability to hate easily. Emotionally intelligent people don't just look at actions, they look at reasons. They don't ask what someone did to them, they ask what happened to that person to make them this way. This is known as cognitive empathy, the ability to step outside yourself and enter another person's internal world, even when that world has caused you harm. And this is where it gets dark, because when you understand everyone, you start excusing everyone. You minimize your pain, silence your anger, become the calm one, the mature one, the emotionally strong one, while inside there's a wound that never really closes. Imagine a person who always tries to see the good in others, who listens carefully, understands trauma, fear, and insecurity. One day, someone they care about betrays them, not dramatically, just enough to hurt, and instead of walking away, they sit alone and think maybe they didn't mean it, maybe they were overwhelmed, maybe if I explain how I feel, they'll understand. So they forgive, not because the pain is gone, but because the explanation makes sense. Weeks pass, months pass, and the wound is still there, just quieter, buried under logic. Here's the truth no one talks about: understanding someone's behavior does not erase its impact. You can understand why someone hurt you and still be hurt. You can see their trauma and still acknowledge your own. But emotionally intelligent people often struggle with this because their mind keeps asking, what if I'm being unfair? So they stay, they tolerate, they absorb, and slowly resentment turns inward. Psychology calls this the empathy trap, when your ability to understand others comes at the cost of understanding yourself, when you know too much to be angry but not enough to heal. And maybe the most painful part is that you secretly wish someone would understand you the way you understand everyone else, that someone would pause and say, I see why this hurt you, your feelings make sense, but they don't, so you do it yourself again and again. Empathy is powerful, rare, and beautiful, but without boundaries it becomes self-abandonment, because just because something makes sense doesn't mean it should be forgiven, and just because you understand someone's pain doesn't mean you're responsible for carrying it. Emotionally intelligent people don't struggle with hatred, they struggle with permission, permission to be angry, permission to walk away, permission to say this hurt me without explaining it away. Learning that permission is one of the hardest lessons. So if you're someone who understands everyone but feels unseen, someone who stays calm while breaking inside, someone who explains other people's behavior better than they ever could, remember this: your empathy is not the problem. The problem is forgetting that you are allowed to choose yourself. You can understand someone and still close the door, you can see their reasons and still protect your peace, you can be emotionally intelligent without being emotionally exhausted. The most radical act of self-respect is not becoming colder, it's becoming clearer, clear about what hurts you, clear about what you tolerate, clear about what you deserve, because real emotional intelligence is not about understanding everyone else, it's about finally understanding that you matter too, and that isn't selfish, it's growth.